Hey, B breadwinners, thank you for pressing play on this video. My name is Jenny Hansen Lane. As you know, I've been building a passive income on KDP for the past year. In 5 days at the time of this recording, I will have had my first sell 1 year ago. In this video, I'm sharing the 2 strategies I used to scale my KDP royalties to $40,000 in profits. I share these videos because if I could help someone get a leg up, get ahead, I wish I would have had more of that when I first started to save some of the pain points, then that'd be great. So that's essentially why I do these videos. We're talking about 2 basic things that really change, and it's easy to get distracted, and that's why there's a video dedicated to this. At the time of this video, January 14th that I recorded this, we were at $40,758.65. This is USD. The first strategy that I'd like to share is that I knew that I could suffer burnout if I wasn't chasing my passions. So I think it's really important to know what you're passionate about when you go into publishing, because then you're not going to get sick of it. You're not going to have to get in the mood to do it. And, when it revolves around our passions, it's much easier just to dive in and figure it out. And when we talk about passions, we talk about, what are the things that you're really interested in? What are your hobbies? What are your skill sets? And when you do that, you can make a list and go research that. And that's kind of where it started for me, is that I had interest in lots of different things and I wrote them down and I started researching them. And when I saw examples on KDP of self-publishers, I thought, oh, I like that, or keywords. It gave me a sense of knowing I could be successful because I could publish in my passions. And I made that list, right? Like I wrote down the things that I was excited about and I kept track. If they were validated keywords, that means that they're being searched on Amazon and there's low competition. And that's really how it started for me. Like, that's why I always talk about you are your niche, bring yourself into your business, because if you're focusing on your passions, then you're always going to want to create more books. I have like over 150 books for one pen name in low content. And I'm like seriously so passionate about it that's why it's easy for me to whip up a book. Okay. Number 2 is validating the list. Write down all the passions, all your hobbies, your skill set, your interests, and then go research in the search bar of Amazon or download the extension Self-Publishing Titans Chrome extension, or purchase Publisher Rocket for $97 lifetime, access, or sign up for my favorite, Bookbeam, for keyword searching, I would say features. I think it's called the Keyword Niche Finder. I'll have to double check. But that's how I went about validating the list. In the very beginning, I only had enough to invest in Publisher Rocket, and I did all my research there, and I started, and I got ahead, right? I started making profits from that. So don't think you need the very best tools to get started. In fact, having that mindset is going to hurt you more than help you. So part of this validating the list is looking up the keywords that match your interest and making sure that you're creating a book the way customers are talking about it. That is the most important thing. Is like, if you create maybe a coffee recipe book and you name it like coffee or something, like if people aren't typing that in, they're not going to find it, right? You can use things with topics and themes, but really leaning into the actual keywords being used is going to help you understand what people are buying. And you can do this to look up topics and themes that are across the board inside of these categories. And this, as I mentioned, you can do with the actual search bar of Amazon. Make sure that you have the tab books when you look in every department, that you're in the department of books, and that will help you validate the list. If it comes up while you're typing, it's a great thing to pursue. And after you've done this, then, it's not that big a deal because you knew your passions, right? So your list and all your research is based off of your passions. You're actually excited to create this because you're passionate about the topic. And that's really the point here. Burnout doesn't come from working too hard, from long hours. Like, burnout comes from not seeing the end in sight. Burnout comes from not chasing your passions, okay? So once you understand that you can overcome burnout and keep publishing, it gets really exciting to be able to figure out the other niches that you can publish in and be able to also create new keywords. This has happened to me as you followed my income reports, that I found a theme, I found an underserved audience. I created a book, and the title of that book is now a keyword. So I'm using that keyword to create all my other books and target the new ones. Okay. So once that happened, like once your book has keywords that are validated, to me, like creation becomes necessity. Like I must do it. I must serve the customers because they're looking for this book in another color now. And once you find a niche that's working, like you understand that you need to publish in it to serve the customers. And I actually really love that feeling that creation becomes necessity. It's something that drives us. And come to find out, like creation is one of my passions too. So that's working really well for me. If creating something is not your passion, I would study kind of ideas around creation, and I can do a separate video on it altogether, because once you kind of lean into that creativity, it can be really exciting. Let me know if you have any questions about these two strategies to lean into your passions and validate those passions. You're going to come across some passions that are not of any interest to anybody. That's my husband. He likes the most obscure things, and there's a very small market for it that people aren't even searching for him on Amazon. I always tell him we can find those people, but he's not ready to publish. Anyways, validate the list by knowing your passions, and that's what's going to help you guys to continually upload books. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you guys are well. Love you lots. Peace out.